NCLEX tip for the day. Take a nice big deep breath and relax. You've made it through nursing school. You got this. It's one of the things of you know what you know. You can't know everything, and it's one of those things, just go do it. So that's with the NCLEX. Yes, we need to have a little study and take our time, but be patient with yourself. You just work so hard to get through school. And how I did it is I graduated in December, and I took the whole month of basically January to recharge myself, to take time for myself, to go on vacation, read a book. And then I made a plan, and I said, okay, I'm taking the whole month of February and studying, because I did the Hearst review, and this auntie, she has a southern accent that you just remember. She's like, you hear it, and I took her course, I made a plan, I wrote out her book, and I made highlights from that course, what helped me pass the NCLEX. I'm starting to make that little guideline, and I'm going to put it in my store. But anyways, then I said, okay, first March, so March 7th, I took it, and I went in crying, I walked out crying, and I passed. I don't know how, but I passed. I had all back then 265 questions. Like, I was there for 5 hours and 10 minutes. It was nuts. First 2 hours, do you want to take a break? I was like, no, I'm in this, because at 75, I clicked and it kept going, and I was like, oh my God. Then at like 120, click, it's still going. And in the back of my head, I had what my professor told me was, if it's still going, you're still in the game. Just focus on one question at a time and keep going forward and just keep moving. So at hour number 4, I'm like, put my hand up, I need to take a break. I don't know if I was going to throw up. Didn't know if I really had to pee. I don't know. Did I need a drink? Like, I had no idea. Like, I was just so, whew. So I walked into the bathroom. I looked at myself in the mirror, and that's where I gave myself that pep talk. Like, you got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. I went to the bathroom. I went back in. It was on for another 2 hours and shut off at 2:65. When I talked to my professor, I was like, it was crazy. I had everything that you can think of. Every 20 questions, it felt like a med, and it was some meds that I had no idea, I never heard. I was kind of guessing at certain points, because I was like, I'm not sure. Did my little process of elimination, and then I was just like, sugar. And so, anyways, I passed. First time I passed. That's my professor's like, that's all that matters. 1. 2, you could have been one of those test persons. And what she meant by this is the NCLEX, with the next gen, we put fake practice questions in there. So if you get it right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. It's not held against you. So I could have passed at 75, but my number was picked, and they went all the way to the end to test me with all these random questions that they want to see how I answer them and how I kind of work through them. And that's why they switched over to the next gen anyways, because we were missing a lot of critical thinking. And then when COVID happened, it got even worse. And I do legal nursing, so I have seen all sides of it. I worked the bedside, precepted at the bedside. I'm a nurse educator. I teach BSNs at the bedside. And then I do legal nursing, where I work with lawyers for deviation of standard of care on both sides. It's the plaintiff and defense. So I kind of see all sides of it. And it's just, that's where the next gen came in. We're like, we need to help you critically think to work through this scenario. Because then we realized SimLab helps you learn, because we have people who are really book smart, but not hands-on. You have really good people who have good hands-on skills, but not book smart. I was that person. I was an A, B, I don't know what the answer is. Maybe it's C, and I picked B, and it would be the wrong one, that 50-50, and I was an average B student. I even have dyslexia. Everything was always backwards to me, so I had to learn how to study. I had to learn how to work through stuff. Like, I just had these ways of doing stuff. So anyways, I just want to come on and say that you got this. You got this, you got this, you got this.